Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back again with another episode with Behemoth Fish Chaser. But today I'm going to be showing you guys how to put line on a spinning reel. This right here is a spinning reel. This video is going to be more towards beginners, people who's never strung a reel up before or anything like that. So I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm also going to show in a later video how to put line on a bait caster. I'm going to shoot them both today, but I'm going to do that one separate just so you know if you want to learn how to put it on a spinning reel and not a bait caster, you don't have to kind of mess with that, or vice versa. If you want to learn how to put it on a bait caster and not a spinning reel, you don't have to worry about doing that. You can just click on the video and you'll just learn about that one reel. And the first thing, you know, if you have line on it already, you're going to want to take it off. And the way I do that, if you don't know how this spinning, the reel itself actually comes off. So, and how to do that, you have a piece up here that you can just twist. You can twist right off. Alright, so if you disconnect it from the reel, or if you disconnect it from the rod, in my opinion, it becomes easier. And all you do is you just flip the bail up. So then now that it's off that, get off my finger. After you do that, you know, I just kind of wind it all the way off. You know, there's a little faster way of doing it. You can take like this. You know, you can kind of just cut a bunch of it. It'll be faster that way. But if you don't have this, I call them dikes. I mean, that's what I've always called them. You know, some people might have other names for them, but yeah, I call them dikes. So if you have a pair of these, you know, it can be a little faster to take off. But if you don't, you know, pulling it straight off, it just takes a little bit longer, but you can do it the same nonetheless. And now it's clean. It's a clean reel. Alright. No line on it at all. How to put it back on. You got these grooves right here, okay? So you'll kind of just put the reel, just slide it down in there, you know, kind of hold it, and then tighten it on, just like that. Alright? Make sure it's nice and tight. The last thing you want to do is go out there and make a cast and have your reel go flying off into the water. It's not very fun. So make sure it's nice and tight. Don't make it like extremely tight or you'll strip. It's just plastic, so you'll strip it. But just make sure it's nice and tight. Alright? Alright, then I'll show you how to put the string on. I'm also going to show you guys how to put it on, how to put the line on without any like expensive tools or without the help or assistance of somebody else. Just in case if you know you don't have nobody to help you, you can always improvise. You know, it's not very tough to do it. I'm going to put P-line 15-pound fluorocarbon on my spinning rod. Now for this, most people have, you know, chairs in their kitchen or anything like that. For this here, what you want to do first is you'll take the line, you'll take it out just like this, okay, and then you'll run it through your eyelets all the way down. Make sure you run it all the way down. Alright. Got to make sure you do that first. If you don't, gonna be really hard. You know, if you have a 2-piece rod, you can always shorten it and do it, but this is a 1-piece. I have to run it through all my eyelets. You know, I guess you don't necessarily have to. I just find it easier and the line goes on a lot straighter when I do. But then, after that, what I do is when I get it at the end here, just like this, I'll make a loop. You know, make a pretty good sized loop, because you got to fit it over the head. Now, you have to make sure on your spinning reels how your bail right here is down. You have to make sure it's up before you put that line on, okay? If you don't, it will mess up. So after I do it, I'll kind of loop it similar to that, kind of make a little knot. Don't cinch it down too tight because you want it to move, you know, so you kind of give it a little knot just like that. All right, and then what you do, make sure your bail's up, put it around just like that. All right, and then this is where you cinch it down at. You know, you just tighten it just like that, kind of get it tight on there, you know, and keep pushing it until it gets kind of snug right in there. All right, if you get a tag end, you want to cut that tag end off, so get a pair of pliers or scissors or something and just kind of snip it pretty close. You know, you don't want it too close. All right, after you do that, I'm using this chair right here, so that's gonna help hold it. And with spinning reels, you want them flat, so your reel is spinning clockwise like this, so you want to make sure that your spool is also spinning clockwise, because if you don't, that's a big no there, because what happened is it will give you huge line twist. So you also want to kind of hold the line. See how I'm holding the line in between both of my fingers, and then it kind of keeps it tight. And then you don't want to make it like too tight, so kind of angle it so it doesn't rub on anything, and you kind of just slowly put it on. All right, and then after you're done spooling it on, or I said as in the process of spooling it on, you want to leave yourself a little bit of a gap right there, because if you don't, your line's just gonna, as soon as you cast it, it's just gonna fray and just mess up. So you want to leave yourself, you know, a little gap. I go by like a fingernail, you know. You push it down in there. Just make sure you leave yourself a little gap. Don't fill it all the way to the edge. Give yourself a little play. Now for me, after I spool my reels, I like to spray it. This keeps your line from twisting and everything, and it makes your cast smoother, and it's supposed to help with casting further. I don't know, but it does help with the line twist, and it does pretty well with that. So I like to just spray it. It helps getting that memory out of the line. So what I'll do is, you know, I'll spray it a couple times, you know, kind of let it soak in there. I'll turn it over and spray it a couple more times. Alright, it gets it nice and in there. Now you're supposed to let that dry. You gotta let this dry on it before you go out casting. So you can use it before you go out and cast and stuff like that, but wait for it to dry first and everything. And I said it's good to go. I already got my bait tied on. I got new line, 15-pound fluorocarbon. I'm ready to take this bad boy out on the water. But if you like this video or found it informational, or you know, maybe you learned something, or I showed you a different way that you've never done it before, you know, give me a thumbs up on my video. I'd appreciate it. You know, stay tuned for future content. I'll be putting up how to do a bait caster as well. and how to put on braid on a bait caster, because it's different to put it on than monofilament or fluorocarbon. But, you know, just stay tuned for that video. That should be up not long after this one. So I appreciate y'all for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave some comments down below. Let me know how I did. And I appreciate it. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace.